Good morning. It's very dark in here today. It's summer, but it's crap as usual. So the sooner I get to Thailand and in warm weather, the better. Just gonna wait for you to come on because I can't even see myself yet. Hello, who have we got? Make sure you come on and say hello so I know you're there. Okay, I'm gonna get straight into it because I've got lots to do today. So the subject today, hey Jen, is about how to move mountains. Hey Annette, so what do I mean by move mountains? Well, it's about, we have a lot of work to get through each day, and it's important to have focus to be able to get that stuff done. So just to give you an idea of my week, yesterday I had a VIP day all day with an amazing client, and we seriously moved mountains yesterday. We were able to take her business to, I reckon we're gonna at least triple her income in the next 12 months just through the strategies that we worked through yesterday. There was so much to go through. She came with an idea, her business is already successful, and just through the strategies and the stuff that we were able to do and the mapping out that we were able to do, it's easily gonna triple her income over the next 12 months, which is incredible. So that was a full day, and then we pretty much finished that up. I dealt with a few things that I needed to do, and then Dave and I went out for dinner. And so we got home at about 11 o'clock last night. That's, way past my bedtime. Hey Mandy, I'm normally asleep by like 9:30 at the latest because I'm up so early. So we got home pretty late last night. I've already done my live call for my Kickass Academy Online, doing this now. I have another live training for my Make an Extra 5K this month program. And then I'm running a half-day boot camp in my side business, which is, I'll get to that in a minute, Simone. My side business, which is martial arts business success, because I have a background in martial arts. My VIP days, Simone, are 4,000 US for the day. And so, so that was yesterday. Today's going to be really busy. Then I've got to go meet with my scary personal trainer in the afternoon. And then tomorrow I have another VIP day booked in for the whole day as well. And then I also have sales. So Thursday, Friday is going to be, I've got so much content. I've got to create the last module for my Kickass Academy. I also have to create a new module for my martial arts business success program. And I also have to create the first lot of content for my Rich, Fit and Famous online program that I hope to launch before the month is out. So lots and lots of content. I've also got to get to the hairdressers to get my roots done in the meantime. So that's a lot of work, isn't it? You can imagine that's a whole lot of work in amongst everything else that I need to do as well. And so how do I move that sort of work? So as I say, I went to bed last night. I was pretty tired. I woke up this morning and I was pretty tired when I woke up, which is not normal for me. I bounced out of bed, but my eyes opened and all I could think about was how excited I was to get in there and do the stuff that I needed to do today. And that's how I move a mountain. I knew exactly what I needed to do for the day. There's a lot of heavy lifting today. There's a lot of heavy lifting tomorrow, a whole week like that. And I remember at the start of the week looking at it on Sunday night and just thinking to myself, just one day at a time. You've only got to focus on one day at a time. And so I remove the overwhelm like that and I just focus on that single day, get it out of the way, and then focus on the other thing. And the other thing that I don't do is try to give myself 27 small jobs on top of the big job of mentoring someone for a full day. So the days that I have my full day VIP days, I pretty much don't do much else. I do my Facebook Live, I do my blog post, I'll do a few little admin tasks, answer questions that my clients need from me and stuff like that, but I'm not trying to create content. I'm not trying to do other heavy lifting stuff on those days, because when I do a VIP day right, I'm screwed by the end of the day. I've got nothing left. So we went out to dinner and I was pretty much didn't have much to say because my brain is so fried because it's just giving all day. So I know that about myself when I structure my days like that. And today, I've got a lot of training to get through and I'm excited about that. And the reason that I can move mountains is A, because I know exactly what I need to do and I've thought about it in advance. So even though I knew this week was going to be epic, all weekend I'm just mulling it around in my mind. Okay, so I need to be prepared to be able to move from this, into this, and then keep it moving and make sure that I'm in really good, peak state, peak health. I want to feel energetic and have lots of energy, so I can move through that stuff easily. And so that's how I do that. But the other overriding thing, and the thing that I want you to hear above all else, is because I love what I do so much and I'm so passionate about it. And everything on my to-do list today is stuff that I'm really excited about. In fact, pretty much the whole week looks like that. I love creating content for my programs. I love doing my live calls. I love running my online boot camps. I love doing my VIP days. So there's not really much that makes me go, oh, I don't want to walk into my office today. I'm excited about the whole lot. And when you have that frame of mind and you're getting amazing results for your clients, it's easy to move through the workload because you're excited about it and there's purpose behind it. And the feedback is immediate. The messages that I get from my clients when they have breakthroughs and stuff like that, that helps you move through that stuff with energy and excitement and passion. And then when the energy is there for that stuff, it seems effortless. And if you hit a bit of a hurdle, along the way, then you move through that easily as well, because there's so much passion and drive and excitement, pushing you through to the other side, that those things seem quite small. If you're bored in your business, or you're not excited about it, or you have a lot of work on your plate that you don't enjoy, then I'll get to that in a sec, Lisa, then it feels like a grind. And when things start to feel like a grind and the fun is going out of it, that's when you need to have a look at the things that you're doing in your day. I spoke about that yesterday in my live, I think, or the day before, so go back and have a look. But when you have got a lot of stuff on your plate that is pulling you out of your zone of genius, pulling you out of doing the things that you love, that's when it becomes a grind, and it's time to just get rid of them. It's time to handball them. So Lisa, you're asking me, how do you film this horizontal? I just turn my phone sideways. I get this question all the time. I'm not sure how it works. It just does. I have an iPhone 7 Plus, but I had an iPhone 6 Plus before this, and it worked exactly the same way. So I don't know, for some reason it just works for me. I know other people it goes all weird, but I haven't had to do anything, it just does it. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that, really. Anyway, so how to move mountains every day is just know what your focus is. I talk to all of my clients all the time in my programs, in my one-on-one. We focus on one thing at a time, one single thing at a time. So if right now your thing is about, creating an opt-in, then you don't look left or right or take on other projects until that's completed. If it's about creating, a new program and you've got content to write and things like that, then all you do is create that. It's all about that, nothing else, until that's complete. And when that's complete, then you can move on to the next thing. So the first thing is really making sure that you're entirely focused and you know exactly what you need to do from day to day. And also being super passionate about it and excited about it. And if you're not, you need to remove the things that are keeping you away from that place. So you're either not excited because you're overwhelmed by stuff that is taking you out of your zone of genius and it's making you tired and cranky and miserable and all that, or you're in the wrong business to begin with. And that's a big question. That's a whole other question. I'm actually going to make a note of that because that's a live for another day. But often, we don't give ourselves permission to do the job that we really want to do the things that we absolutely really want to do. And we sort of work our way into this position that we're in, and we're kind of not enjoying it anymore, and realize that we never really enjoyed it, but it was something that we were good at or was expected of us or whatever. And if you're in that place, that's a bigger conversation that I can give you today because I've got a lot on. But if it's really just about losing the passion for it because you're tired and you're feeling burnt out because you're doing too many things that aren't within your zone of genius, then it's time to, handball those babies and focus on the things that you love to do. And big vision, always tie everything back to your bigger vision. I have a massive vision for 2017, and everything that I do taps into that. I write those goals down every morning. I use the Google plugin called Momentum. Pretty much most days I'll get in on my laptop when I wake up in the morning and I spend some time on my computer. The first thing I do is plug in my intention on Momentum. I'll often do it on my desktop as well, and that's just what I do. It's all about intention, and I tie everything back to my bigger goal, because that's what's pulling me forward, even on the days when I'm tired, like, I am tired today, but I'm still excited, I'm still passionate, I'm still going to do the things that I need to do. because it's what lights me up, you know, and there's purpose behind everything. So find the purpose, find the passion, find the excitement, know exactly what you need to do, and you'll be able to move a whole ton of work every single day. And making sure that it's not busy work. You know, it's the work that you're called to do, it's the work that you love, and the stuff that makes you money at the end of the day. I'm just going to check, not enjoying the tech stuff, but won't give up. Yeah, Lisa, tech is such a big thing. You know, it's where people get bogged down so much of the time. They really do get stuck in that. And my advice around that is just learn what you need to learn at the time, and don't label it all as tech. So for example, if right now you're struggling with how to do you know, an email auto sequence or something like that, just call it that. I'm struggling to work this out. Get on YouTube, use the help desk, whatever you need to do to just work that out. Record the process so you know how to do it for next time, and then do it a lot over a short amount of time so that you bed down the lessons and you don't have to relearn it every time you go to use it. The tech thing is a real upswing, but if you change your mindset around it, you know, you're capable of learning. You are, everybody is. But when we overwhelm it and we call it tech and we call it all the rest of it, it can feel bigger than it actually is. But it's just like, I'm not really sure how to do this thing. So when we do that particular part, then you nail that, then you go, okay, that's another skill that I've learned, and then I move on to the next thing. And the other thing is just being able to really handball the stuff that you know you're not going to be able to get. So if you have a real issue around tech and it's overwhelming you and it's holding you back, then pay someone. You know, go to Upwork or Freelancer or something like that and handball those tasks, because then you can get on with the job of doing the stuff that you really, really want to do. Lisa, you'll have to watch that back. So go back and watch that, because I answered your question there. Oh my God, I've got messages coming up everywhere. Okay. I have trouble letting go. To me, it feels like I'm failing. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go and answer Mara's question first. So Mara's question was, you know, letting go of things feels like failure. Well, really, is it? Sometimes it's just a matter of shedding what you need to shed because it's holding you back. So sometimes things don't work out. So for example, I posted, you notice I posted a couple of days ago about I'm going to Thailand and I'm going to open up a spot for 2 women to come across for 3 days. And I had some bites for that, and one lady was really interested, and I thought, oh, it looks like this is going to work out. I wasn't attached to it. And then she emailed back and said, oh, it's just not the right time. When are you going to do it later in the year? So she'll come along later in the year. And I wasn't attached to it. I just let it go. I just went, you know, I could hustle and make this happen and really make it happen. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm kind of equally excited about having a holiday without doing too much work as I am about having 2 women over there and working with them for 3 days. And, you know, the fact is I'm going to let that go because it's not that important to me. It was just an idea. It was great. It gave me a lot of feedback about the fact that people really are interested in these retreats in Thailand. So I'm going to run one in April. And I just let it go. It wasn't a failed, you know, it wasn't a failed attempt. I knew that if I really put my foot to the floor and had a longer conversation with that lady, I could have perhaps got her across the line, but I just wasn't that attached to it. I thought, I've got so many other things I need to focus on now. It's going to work out for me okay in, you know, in April. And so now I'm just going to let it go. And in the meantime, I also had a bit of a thought about it, and I imagined that I would take 6 women over, and I thought, you know, I think it's actually going to be 4. So I got some clarity around that too. But yeah, I just let it go, moving on. You know, I'm not going to let that slow me down or stop me. You know, I really want to have Rich, Fit and Famous online launched in December. And I wanted to be able to offer a low entry price and lock that in. That's not going to happen with the payment system that we've got. So the price is going to be the same for everyone. So now I just have to throw in some amazing bonuses, which is okay. And again, had to let that go. It wasn't going to work out the way that I wanted it to. It's okay. You know, I need to zig or I need to zag, and that's just what I need to do. And as an entrepreneur, being agile is so important. You know, we need that agility. We need to be able to move left and right as we need to quite quickly. We need to adapt when things don't quite go to plan. We need to absorb the losses. Sometimes they go, oh, okay, that didn't quite go to plan. All right, what do I need to take from this? Okay, moving on. If we hang too long onto things that don't serve us anymore, you know, we're looking over our shoulder, and that's yesterday. You know, eyes forward the whole time, head down, bum up, steady pace forward, you know, relentlessly moving forward is what you need to focus on. Lolita's saying she's got a lot of fingers in the pies and she's not doing any of them well. You know, that is such a common entrepreneurial problem, Lolita, because what happens is, you know, we can be good at so many things, and we can be good at so many things, and then we take a lot of things on and we end up not doing any of them well. I've been there, exactly there. You're welcome, Mara. You know, I've been there where I've had too many fingers in too many pies, and you find that the amount of energy that you expend sideways is immense when we want to go forward the whole time. We want to move forward. And the way that we move forward is with a single focus, eyes forward the whole time. Trying to do a lot of different things at once will just keep you running around in circles. I had a conversation with a friend a little while ago, and she was contemplating, she was already had her business, had another business that she was running, and looking at taking on some part-time work as well. But her passion was this other business that she had, not the one that she was working in, the one that she was creating. And then she was talking to me about taking on this part-time job because it was a great opportunity. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you're struggling to focus on building this dream business of yours right now while you're working in the other one, and you want to add another job as well. So right now you're struggling to do this because you keep being pulled this way because you've got this other job that you do, and now you want to add another one as well. And then I asked the question, imagine if you took all of that energy going from the job that you were thinking about doing and the other job that you have, and gave all of that energy to this one business that you're passionate about that is going to be your future. Imagine if you didn't have the distraction of everything else. Imagine if you weren't exhausted from your other job, if you weren't putting all the energy into this other opportunity because, you know, it seems exciting. Every time you do that, you actually take away energy from the thing that you're most passionate about, from the thing that is going to get you there. I had to shut all doors on everything else and focus on my Honourable Martial Arts Entrepreneur Program to get that to succeed. I had to shut everything else down. I had to stop working on my other social media pages and everything else. I handballed all of that. And I totally just focused on that one thing. And that's when I had the breakthrough. That was what happened. So that was still running when I started The Art of Kicking Ass Elegantly, and I knew that very quickly I was going to have to get rid of it and stop running it, because if I tried to do both things, I can't blog about that and blog about this when I'm in this build-up phase. It just was pulling me everywhere. And so I decided, this is my future, this is where I'm going, so I need to not do that anymore. And the decision was really easy, and that's when this really started to take off. And I have spoken about my, sorry, I've got out an eyelash, my martial arts business success, which is a side project. And I didn't undertake that decision lightly, but I've gone in with a business partner and it's working really well. So essentially I create one packet of material every 2 months, which is something that I love to do. It's easy for me to do. Pop into the Facebook group maybe a couple of times a week. Paul is in there every day. That's his role, to be in there and make sure those clients feel served. You know, he's taking care of most of it. I'm overseeing the Facebook ads being run. I'm not doing it myself. I'm project managing, having someone else do that for me. And that feels super easy for me. It feels aligned. It's still the same stuff that I'm doing now. It's just the bent is towards martial arts school owners, but that's something I know so well. I've been in that industry 25, 26 years. So that feels super easy for me to be able to do that. It doesn't feel like a departure. It just feels like me putting another hat on, creating the same content, but focusing in a different direction. And it's lucky to require an hour a week of my time. But there's no way I would have considered going in that space and doing that while I was on this upward swing for The Art of Kicking Ass Elegantly. Just wouldn't do it because I knew it would pull me away from that. So I had to wait for the time. I messaged Paul and said, Paul, I've got time on my hands right now. I've got the time and energy to put into this. So let's get the ball rolling. And I did that. I project managed the building of the website, put all the content together, and I probably had it done in a week, you know, and that felt super easy for me because I've done it so many times. It was exciting. I was a little bit bored at the time as well, and it got me really excited about creating content again. So it's really important to know where your energy needs to be, and if you're starting something new, it needs to be one thing. Don't try and do 7 things at once. and I keep getting requests to throw me off, building a new online course and then trying to improve web, trying to stay on one at a time, but it's not easy. Well, it's easy if you make the decision, Lisa. It's easy to do that if you make the decision. So for me, my decision was to purely focus on the art of kicking ass elegantly. That's what I did. Anything that came my way that wasn't aligned, it was easy to say no to, because I knew what my focus was. I knew what my outcome was. I knew what I needed to do to get from A to Z. You know, that's just what I knew I needed to do. I get requests for interviews all the time, and if it's not aligned, I get requests for interviews all the time to do fitness kind of stuff. While Rich, Fit and Famous online, you know, I'm going to include, you know, the wellness stuff and fitness stuff because it's part of my DNA. I do it, you know, train every day. It's been part of my life for so many years, so it kind of fits, but I don't want to position myself as a fitness person. That's not what I do anymore. And within this market, I don't want to position myself as, you know, I don't want to do interviews for magazines that are going to make it about that, because that just confuses my market. It's not my zone of genius anymore. It's something that I'm passionate about. I can teach easily, but without any expectation of it being the thing that I do anymore. It's easy for me to say no to things simply because I know what I need to focus on. Yeah. Lolita, we always know it. Yeah, sometimes we do just need that confirmation. That eyelash is driving me crazy. But yeah, it's one thing at a time. You can't do 27 things at once. I'm just gonna, my battery's going low. You can't do 27 different things at once and do them really, really well. So as I say, imagine that instead of doing this and being pulled in different directions, it's one thing, do that well, bed it down, have some success in it, make sure the money's coming in and it's easy for you to do now. And then when you're in that zone and it's easy and you have, you know, free thinking space and you're looking for the next thing, so long as it's aligned, bring it in, you know, bring it in and do it. But only when everything else is completed, running smoothly, you've got a handle on it and it's making money. You know, you can't be in that upward swing and then start to add, you know, other different things, because what it does is it not just disperses your energy, but it also confuses the market, and a confused mind won't make a decision. So you've really got to make sure that the clarity is there for your market. So while you might be clear that, okay, I can do this, 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 and this, the marketer on the outside looking in, you know, Facebook is looking at you going, what the hell do you actually do? You know, I don't even know where to start. And that's such an important thing. So if you hear one thing today, hear that. The genius being aligned is a key for sure. Yeah, you know, we can be good at many things, Lisa, but I honestly believe that we're genius at one. And your job is to find out what is the thing that you are genius at. We can be excellent at other things. We can be very, very good at other things, but we're genius at one thing. So you need to work out what that one thing is and then gear everything around that. When you do that, it's easy sailing. So when I first started the Honourable Martial Arts Entrepreneur, I had Rip It Up Challenge, I had Push Taekwondo, I had something else going on as well, and that. And so I'm trying to put my head in this space of Rip It Up Challenge and my fitness thing, and then don't say, yeah, sorry Lisa, only one. And then, yeah, so I felt like I wasn't good at anything. But then when I really buckled down and worked out, you know, I'm really good at this stuff, then my confidence really, really grew. And the art of kicking ass elegantly is doing what I was doing pretty much, but it's just a different market, an easier market for me to be able to work in, a more exciting market, one that I was more aligned with at the time. But yeah, trying to do 17 different things and do them all well just means you don't do any well, and you feel like a loser because you're feeling like you can't do anything right. But when I stopped doing all of that and just focused on the art of kicking ass elegantly, all I had to do was social stuff for that market. All I had to do was blogging for that market. All I had to do was create, you know, learning material for that market, and that felt so easy. One focus, one market, one message. It just made life so much simpler, and I've really taken that forward with everything that I've done ever since. It's like one market, one message, one focus, and then I work through the different projects that I need to get done for that market, and then when they're done, they're bedded down, they're making money, all that sort of stuff is happening. That's when I know it's time to add something else. Anyway, I've got to go. That's it for today. I'll pop back in tomorrow. If you have any topics that you want me to chat about, just post it on my wall. Let me know that you want to hear about different things, and I'll make sure that I tackle those subjects as well. I've got a big long list, but mostly every morning I just check in. What do I need to talk about today? What do they need to hear from me today? What do I really feel called to talk about today? And that's kind of the depth of it. But if there's anything you specifically want to hear about, let me know. Okay, bye.